Take a look at this big boy. Ooh-wee. You are a biggin'. Get your butt on off the road, man. These hillbillies run over you out here. He or she came out of this little hole right here. A little bit of water in there. That is one pretty good sized snapper. Medium size, I'd say. I've seen a lot bigger. And then we got a mad bull over here. I hear him bellowing. It's crazy how small water some of these snappers come out of. Well, good morning and welcome back to another episode of Front Porch Friday. Wasn't that a pretty nice looking snapper? Yeah, they get a lot bigger than that. That's really, for this area though, I've seen them a lot bigger, but that's really a medium sized one. Extra large, smallish to small, medium in there, but out there basically in the middle of no place. You never tell where you find those things. Yeah, it's okay. So I get in the other night, and you know, when you pull in your house, you know when things aren't right. Someone's been there, someone or something. Sure enough, things are upset. My antlers are knocked down off a tree, and just stuff where it's not supposed to be. Crap! I've only gone 3 days this time. You can't leave hardly for nothing. So anyway, I went ahead. It was late. I went to bed. Got up next morning, looking around. Some of the bird feeders have been tore down. Something had got my. Actually, usually they knock this hummingbird feeder down, but this time it was pulled closer to the trunk. And obviously, I filled it before I left, and it takes a hummingbird a month or more to drain it. Well, it was drained, so obviously something had pulled it. All the liquid had come out. But that's not the worst one. The worst one was they got up on the porch and they got into Miss Wren's nest. I figure she made it. She's all right because I see no feathers here. But the eggs are gone, and I'm pretty sure what it was. So I have some dog-proof traps I keep out. I went and set them, and my what do you call that stuff? Soot feeder broke down. Soot's gone. So I take that soot and make little balls out for the bait in the traps, and sure enough, you come in, you just want to enjoy your place, right? You don't want to come in and everything tore up and knocked down and just, uh, mm.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, what she said. We ain't got time for that stuff. But now, because I got to stop what I'm doing the next day, fix everything before I can get started on fixing the other stuff that it's fix. You never get it. Like I said a couple videos ago, you can't seem to get ahead this year to get started on the improvements. So anyway, I'll take care of that problem. And if you live on the homestead, or like here, I don't have no livestock because I'm not here to take care of them. A little dog, I'm gonna take in town and let my daughter take care of when I'm on the road. But even if you don't, and I lived here almost 2 years, never had a problem. There was armadillos and possums, and I let them be. They didn't bother me. Coons, but now it seems like raccoons just cannot leave this place alone. And especially this time of year, it's the end of May. Happy Memorial Day. Probably was. I doubt this will get out this weekend. It might, but if it doesn't, I hope you had a good Memorial Day. But it just seems like now every one of them wants to come and start getting into stuff. You got plenty of food out here in the woods. It's like I said, it's in the May. everything is at abundance now or will be shortly. Frogs are out, bugs are out, birds are nesting. Miss Wren wasn't happy. She was not happy. Actually, I haven't seen her. I've heard him, or you can hear him, or one of them. But you know, that's part of what you got to deal with when you live off grid, out in the woods, on a homestead. You got to deal with predators, and unfortunately, some people don't do that very well. And then they complain about their animals getting killed. You know, I had to stop. I just had to leave the uh, Facebook groups on livestock and chickens and stuff like that, because you just had so many people. Well, my neighbor's dog's coming down here every day, killing 1 or 2 chickens. What do I do? It's pretty clear what you do. Or I got this raccoon breaking into my chicken coop every night, killing my favorite hens. What do I do? Pretty clear what you do. You kill the predators. If you got livestock, you chose to keep those. It's your responsibility to protect them. And if you're letting a predator, whether that be a raccoon, a coyote, neighbor's dog, whatever, come down and kill your livestock, you're to blame. Because it's your responsibility to protect them. You chose them, they didn't choose you. Because if they had a choice, they probably wouldn't choose somebody who can't protect them. So, a lot of people don't like hear, oh no, I just can't harm that poor little raccoon, he looks so pitiful. Well, he may look so pitiful, but there's not a galaxy around here to say, so Rocket, out. Or I'll take you out. Neighbors' dogs. I try to be neighborly. When I had chickens, I told the neighbors, one morning. After that, they come back. All bets are off whether they get home alive or not. I don't put up with it. When there's kids growing up, man, I was either in kindergarten or first grade, and we lived in a subdivision. Every lot was like 2.5 acres, and Dad had a couple of calves, and the neighbors across the road, he let our dog run, and they get over and chasing the calves. My dad told them, Amos, you don't keep them dogs up, and they come over and chase my calves, I'm gonna kill them. Man, I laying in bed one morning before school, pow, and I hear that 30-30 rack, pow, and I run in there. Mom says, get back to my bedroom. I go back to the bedroom. And I hear Dad pick up the phone. Yeah, Amos? Yeah, that was me. Yeah, you need to come over and get your dead dogs out of my pasture. Yeah, I need that done this morning. Okay, thank you. My dad didn't put up crap like that. So, when we moved farther out, years later, 40 acres, and I had chickens. I had all kinds of birds and stuff. I love the chickens, turkeys, guineas, geese. I had them all. Well, you got to protect them. That's part of my job as their keepers, protect them. And so you have to develop ways to protect them. A fence doesn't always protect them. There's predators who are very good at getting through fences. And you see this chicken tractor I have, a video I had here a couple years ago where I had the 6 hens, a hawk was trying to get in there. He was on the ground. There he goes. Look at that. And girls fight him. Couple of them old hens will whoop them. You can't quite figure. But he couldn't get in that chicken tractor. One of the hens, old Bessie, she was wanting to fight him. It was pretty cool. Well, actually, two of them, I think, was trying to fight him. That works for 6 chickens. If you got 30 chickens, you ain't keeping them in a tractor. And, you know, you're going to lose a couple, sure. But, man, if you can't do what it takes to protect your livestock, you don't need them. It's just like if you cannot do what it takes to keep your pet safe and feed and water it and take care of it, you don't deserve it. Give it away. Nuthatch. He's a comical little bird. But give it away. Oh, I just can't stand to give Fluffy away. That's how you end up on Hoarders or some nightly news having 30 cats or 30 dogs and starving and dying and everything else. Give it away. Don't take it out. Well, I'm going to drive out in the country and I'm going to turn it loose on the road. Then I go up to that farmhouse. Them farmers, they always take care. No, they don't. No, they don't. We have our own pets. Don't be dumping your pets off on us. Because here's what happens. You dump your dog out. Or your cat out. I've had several cats here. Someone's dumping cats out now. I've had several cats up and down this road last couple weeks when I've been in. No telling how many when I'm not here. But other than that, here come a black one up through there. Broke down in the hips. He barely walked. And I'm like, I should go up, get my 22 and put it out of its miseries. But that's not my cat. And that's something else I got to do. Let it go. Nature will take care of it. It will end up as a coyote turd or owl turd or something. Or die a long, painful death. When we lived when kids, everybody liked to bring their dogs out. Turn them out. All them people up there, they'll take care of it. We had to take care of them, all right. Because here's what happens. You're going to take your dog out. You think, oh, they'll be okay out here. Or your cat, oh, he can make it. More than likely, there's a good chance that if there's coyotes around, they're going to get ripped apart. And coyote does that. They start at the hams, try to rip the hamstrings out. And if it's a big dog, it'll probably be a pack of them. If it's a little Chihuahua lap dog, a single coyote can take care of those pretty easy. And if they're that small, then they have to worry about hawks and owls. Your little fluffies. Just imagine those talons from those owls and stuff ripping through their little bodies. There you go. That's what you did. But even if they get through that gauntlet, and let's say they don't eat something that kills them, or makes them sick, or they get some disease, and they end up at a farmhouse. Again, we have our own pets, people. If we wanted a pet like yours, we'd go get it. We grew up, them dogs that come up there, they starve to death. And what do they want to do? They want to get our dogs food. Well, we supplied, my family supplied food for our dogs, not for the county's dogs. And they would come up there and we'd run them off. And then they would say, well, we can't get that food. Let's go over and catch some of these chickens. Or let's chase these cows or calves or whatever we had. Coats. That's not going to work out for you. And it didn't. So, your pet dropped off in the cow. Now, there are some people, especially today. We don't have enough food for ourselves. We can't pay our bills, but let's take on every stray that comes along. Yeah, well, more power to you. If you can't take care of your pet, take it to a pound. Well, they'll kill it there. It's going to get euthanized a lot more humanely than if you dump it out on county road someplace. Trust me, it will. Um, we don't move out here to take care of strays. I'm speaking to myself, really, but I know everybody I know out here, everybody I've known where I've lived, don't take strays in. Okay. Um, we have our own pets. If we wanted a pet like yours, oh, I don't care. Oh, it's all over TikTok and Facebook how pretty this dog is. Don't care. I got pretty dogs too, or I got a pretty dog now. He's butt ugly, but he tells me he's handsome, so he is. Once again,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
don't have time to take care of your pet. You need to take care of it. You take it to the pound, or you find it. Don't think, well, I'll just go out there and dump it off. I see dogs between here and town all the time dumped off. Sometimes in the middle of no place. Them dogs are dead. If they don't get run over on the road, if they don't get chased down and ripped apart by coyotes, or if they're small enough, picked up by owls or hawks, or we have a few eagles here, so and if they don't get a deadly disease, die a slow, painful death, then they'll probably starve to death. It's just a brutal truth, because I don't know why people think I'm going to dump a dog off or a cat, and those people up there in that house will take care of it. No, you just want us to do what you can't do, and you're not willing to do, because you're spineless. I think if you dump an animal out in the wood, in the county or any other place, I think you're a worthless human being. You'd probably do that to your kids if you thought you could get away with it. I had a tick on me. I've been out taking care of stuff this morning. So, yeah, don't do that. Like I said, there's too many other places you can take that animal if you don't want it. Take it to your county or city or county animal shelter, pound, whatever. This day and age, there's a damn rescue on every corner. So, go for it. Just something that's been on my mind lately, that dealing with these raccoons, they just got to get in everything. I just don't know why. They were here before, and all of a sudden something's changed, and now I still think I got a tick. Yeah. No, it wasn't a tick. I don't know what it was, but it was a bug. But they think they got to get into every little thing, even when there's plenty of food out there. Don't come around acting with my stuff, man.
Stop it!
So anyway, I hope your week's going good. Got a video upcoming. I brought that brush cutter attachment for my Black Max 4-cycle. I still think there's something back there. Now I'm just imagining things. It's kind of, getting into no man's land. Don't need them down there. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, bought that brush cutter. I've got that video coming up. I don't know when. I've got videos I need to get out. Everybody's been asking me about the installation of the wood stove. I have that video. I have the video clips. I just haven't got them edited. They're on 2 different cameras, so I haven't got around to getting those edited. So, I was going to get up this morning and do so much stuff. I woke up about 6:30 and went back to bed and ended up about 8. I never sleep that long. I don't know what the deal was. So this is what I wake up to. I love it. The only other thing that was better when I woke up to last year when I woke up and that big gobbler was out here gobbling about 100 yards away. I'm like, wow. So, but that, I just love those wrens. And, there's a cowbird, cardinals. I always get a kick out of the cardinals later on in the year when they bring their babies up and start feeding them here at the feeder. So, anyway, I got more work to do. Still working on the driveway. I think I've decided to put a French drain in as a secondary drain. My primary would be just go through the ditch, go through the culvert, and go on down. Be done with it. But I know sooner or later it's going to get clogged up again and overflow through the driveway. And I think I'm going to put a catch basin and French drain in to catch that overflow, and then drain it on off down in the woods. So I'm going to look at the cost of doing that. Hopefully I can get that done fairly cheap. There again, another project. It never ends. It's always a project around here. So, and probably the way it should be. It just keeps you moving. My back's hurting right now. I don't know what I did to it yesterday. Ain't no telling. Some mornings just getting out of bed, you pull a muscle or something. It's like, you're getting old. This getting old stuff sucks. It's not quite what I thought it would be when I was younger. Can we go back? Rewind? So anyway, I rambled on long enough. I just want to bring that to you about the predators. It is your responsibility if you have livestock to take care of, protect them. Don't let your neighbor's dog keep coming down. Because I've seen that several times. My neighbor's dog just keeps coming down, killing my chickens. After the first time, it's on you. And you warned your neighbor. Well, I called the sheriffs, and he went over and talked to them, but they still. After the first time, it's on you. Okay. And another thing I'll just interject is a lot of people want to live trap their predators and haul them off. Well, that's just pure stupidity. Okay, number one, every state that I'm aware of, it's against the law to transport wildlife, and there's a good reason for that. You don't know if that coon or that possum or that skunk or whatever has some disease, so you're taking them off and putting them into another population may be healthy, so you potentially spreading disease. Well, he looks healthy. Are you an expert right there? When I was a licensed nuisance wildlife trapper, we could not relocate coons and skunks, I believe. I think that we had to euthanize both of those. Possums, maybe. I know it was coons and skunks we had to euthanize. There was no getting around that. That was the law. That was our law as licensed nuisance wildlife trappers. So, don't. Other thing is, you're putting undue stress on that population wherever you haul it to. How would you like to be sitting there one day and the government pulls up and family of 5 gets out? And they said, you know what? We're going to put this family with you. You need to take care of them. You go, what? But I only got food for my family. Oh, well, we're sorry, but, and they got disease, but we don't know what kind, but we're going to put them in with you. Or if they even did that to your neighborhood, if you live in a subdivision or apartment complex, government comes in, well, we're going to just bring this family in. Everybody in this area has to give them some food, and you might be careful because they got some kind of disease, but we don't know what type, so we don't know if it's contagious or not. You would be livid, but yeah, it's okay to do that to the animals by taking an animal off the. Plus, you're taking an animal, putting them in an area that's unfamiliar to them. Well, there's plenty of trees. He'll go out there and find some nuts or something to eat. Again, he's totally unprepared for that, he or she. Plus, the animals that are already there have their own territories. So there's going to be clashes. Not going to be good for either side, especially for the one you dumped off. Um, I don't know. People get some of the stupidest ideas in their head about wildlife. So, I mean, well, they try to put human emotions and attach human emotions and stuff like that to them. Ted Nugent, I think it was Ted Nugent, said that animals just thinking a couple things: what am I going to eat? Who am I going to screw? Pretty much it. Can I keep? And can I keep? What do I have to do to keep from getting eaten? Those three things. That's all they're thinking about. What am I going to eat? Where am I going to find it? Who am I going to screw? Can I keep from getting eaten? That's it. No other human emotions are attached to animals. Well, that's so cute. They're thinking about me. No, they're not. Not unless you're trying to kill them or eat them or feed them or other thing. So, that's it. All animals does. Our dog. That's all he does. I hate. Yes, he's affectionate and all that, but he's not a wild animal. But he doesn't really have human emotions like you know. Oh, I remember that one time at Chihuahua. We could have been such a pair. No, he doesn't think that way.